Yeah, man. So if mankind unite, everything will be much stronger, things will be better, you know. But they designed their system to take people away from God. But mankind need to unite to come back to God, you know. They designed their system in such a way to take people away from God, to be sleeping. Because some people, their eyes wide open, but they still sleeping. The whole purpose of the system is for you to forget who you are. But mankind need to remember who they are, remember themselves. But if mankind unite, and that is what our ancestors used to fight for, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and all the voices of God, is to fight for black man to come together, the unity among the black race. That is what it is about, because that is what we need to do, in order to reach the pinnacle of of the existence, to reach the pinnacle of who we are, to really reach that higher self, that higher vibration. We need to come together, and that is serious positivity day. We need to come together. That is serious higher iration day. We need to come together. All people, black, red, Chinese, Syrian, Lebanese, Australian, German, no matter what your religion, no matter your status, we need to come together. But the system designed in such a way to keep us divided. I have a reason for that too. Divide and conquer is their only plan. Their plan is to divide us. And while we are divided, they are benefiting off of the lands, natural resources. They're raiding our continents. They're raping our continents and raiding our continents from a long time. And they taking control of all the blueprints of everything, which could have been used for the benefit of humanity. The land, the earth is the fullness. The earth. You know much things could happen down here. You know much poor children could be fed. You know much it has so much land in Africa. So much land. Why people still homeless? Why people still hungry? Why people, why the courtrooms are always full? Why the prisons are always full? Why criminals always on the loose? Why people always robbing the bank? Why people always want, and it have so much, you know what I mean? And it have people who just basking in richness, who just basking in in material wealth. It have people who flying in private jets. They have rooms and money. That people have so much, and why it are people who have so little. But again, that is their plan. To divide and conquer is their only plan, and it benefiting them the way the system is designed. The way the system designed, it is benefiting a certain people. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why they make their system a certain way. So the jail will always be full, the courtrooms will always be full, police will always be locking down a certain kind of people. A certain kind of people will always be the robbers and thieves. A certain kind of people will always be the blockheads. A certain kind of people will always be seen as monkeys. A certain kind of people will always be seen a particular way, stereotype. But time will tell, man. Time will tell, where every chain